break the rules. I didn't come here to lose. First day of school. Diamonds wetter than the pool. Don't play around, don't play around, don't play around, don't play around. I ain't playing around, don't play around, don't play around, I ain't playing around.
First stop, we're doing program housing. That's the first side of the business. Have to go collect a check because a resident is coming in. We house veterans, women and children. Anybody, that's in a program we typically take. So, and most of the time, the government pays. So we're on our way to the assistant living. And then from there, we're gonna go check out some projects and see what these contractors are doing. And then we're gonna switch over to the car rental company. Let's get it. So now we're at the assisted living, where we're going to be housing the client. We do program housing. The contractors are finishing up the project, and I'm meeting with my boy Greg, and we're going to take it from there. Yeah, so I think for me, the real value of real estate is when you mix a program or health with real estate. That way you own the actual building, and also you're also catering to a need such as veterans or women and children, HIV, battered women, sex offenders, right? Like these are all programs that need housing, and they're also willing to pay you by the bed, by the room. You can be creative with this. So where you might make $2,000 by putting one person in the house, you could probably make $6,000 or $7,000 plus by putting multiple people in the house, which also reduces the risk of renting to one tenant and having to go through evictions.
Right, and I mean with the assisted living, depending on the patient's need, you can make $3,500 to $4,500 a month per patient. So I mean, if you got 10 patients, that's $45,000 a month just on one property.
That's a lot of money, on just one house. Because most people typically only see, the average cash flow of like a rental property is really about $200 to $250 nationwide. But the goal here is to increase that cash flow from $200 to $10,000 plus. But you also have to go through the protocols such as getting the property license. There are certain states that don't require any licensing, but
Baltimore ain't one of them.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so we have a 7-bed assisted living facility, and we actually got 1 veteran already, and we're looking to get 6 more in the next couple of weeks.
Or more, to be honest, because we could put 2 people in one room. So we're, just making sure that the city can see what we're like doing, and they're going to keep giving us clientele. So you guys, right now we can't really show everything because it's not fully done yet, because certain parts of the house are under construction. But just welcome to a day in the life to stop by at the assisted living, collected the check at the city, and we're going to go check out some more projects, and then we'll switch over to the car rental company and other things. So we're in one of my favorite areas in Baltimore. I can't really tell y'all because you guys like to copy and paste me. However, I've probably within the past year or so, or months, I've probably like flipped about 6+ houses here in this particular neighborhood. So I am one of the highest comps in this area. But we're about to check out a project. It's Greg's project. So me and him might partner on probably doing program housing in one of the projects. And then, I'm still looking for active deals. So if you are in this area, I'm not a gatekeeper. So if you are in Gwen Oak, and you're looking to sell any houses, please reach out to me. If you see any house that look like it needs work, please send me the address. And if I buy it, I'll pay up to $5,000, on commission. Let's get it. So Greg just pulled up. So Greg, talk about the project and why you buy in this area as well.
So I buy over here because I understand the neighborhood. I mean, I could look at a house. I ain't even got to walk it. I could look at pictures and I could tell you what I should be buying it for, what rents are going to be like, because I've been over here since 2018 and I own over 12 or 16 doors over in this area.
So I actually met Greg in church. So it doesn't matter what environment, always try to find, people that are doing, similar things like you. So I have never really been to any type of group event. So I went to an investment group at church and I figured that, Greg was similar to me and my business partner. So, hey, you know what? Now we're, doing projects together and also doing business together.
Yeah, facts. And it ain't even really been 2 weeks yet, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we like locked in like 2 days after.
Yeah, for sure. And we just kept on going. So Greg, this is one of my favorite areas. I was thinking about, buying another property. So I am looking for some properties, but Greg also mentioned that there's a project, that somebody might be selling. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, so I own this and I own the one across the street. And the building directly across from there, they're selling. The seller wants a little much for it. We're gonna walk it tomorrow and see if we pay asking, do something creative.
How much do they want for it?
They want $329 for it.
Okay.
And it's a 2-unit with, I have the same exact property and mine's a 4-unit. So I know if I buy it, I'm gonna turn it to a 4-unit and rezone it.
Okay.
But I don't want to pay that much.
Is $329 too high for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Only because the ARV is gonna come back at like somewhere around $450.
Okay.
And I know I'm gonna have to put some work into it.
So
rents, you know what I'm saying? Like if like at a 2-unit, let's say it's 2-3 bedrooms, I will get $1,500 per unit. So I'm saying like $3,000 on a mortgage at say $329, $330. That's mortgage gonna be like low twos. You know what I'm saying? Like $2,000, $2,300. So I'm cash flowing maybe $700. Okay. When I can do more, nah, I don't really want to do that.
So, for me, I'm more on the creative side. So if somebody wanted like $1 million, I can offer them like $1 million or 1.2 million, but I'll tell them, look, I'll pay you over time. So I might put down money like $5,000 and then pay you $2,000 every single month for the next 30 years. In their eyes, they're getting higher, than what they're asking for. In my eyes, I'm just getting a property for $5,000 down. And also the property is going to pay for itself. So there's more than one way to buy a property, whether you do it with cash or creatively. For me, I always try to come out of pocket $0. So once again, we're in the property. This is pretty much the last stages. You got the floors going in. The paint is already on the walls. The recessed lights is coming in as well. And let's just walk it together. He's over there painting, doing his thing. It's always good to always come to a property without the contractors knowing and see what they're doing. So fortunately, these contractors are good. They're actively working. Some contractors, you might come to the property and they're drinking beer, they're sleeping on the job. So, when it comes to projects, time and staying on budget is probably the most important thing, So
they're on point because they my guys.
Yeah.
The electrical, plumbing, HVAC, everything is brand new. All the drywall, everything you see outside of the original steps and the door, everything else is brand new. The plan is to flip it, but we were having conversations about how we can creatively make more money with putting patients in the rooms or homeless vets or whatever the case may be. So we're kind of working through that, trying to figure out what's the highest and best use for the property. And then we're going to pull the trigger.
So that is a decision that most people have to make. Sometimes you can take $50,000 up front, or you might take $150,000 over time. It just has to be what makes sense for you or this particular project. So this property has about what, 6 bedrooms or 5?
5.
So it has about 5 bedrooms. So I typically love to put 2 people per room. You might charge $750 to $1,000 per bed, or if it's even like an assisted living, you might even charge what, $1,500 or like $2,000 perhaps.
Like 25, 35.
Yeah. So everything just has to be what is the best use of the property. Now, you don't want to force the appreciation. What that essentially means is if you're buying this on property, your monthly payment, your mortgage has to be under what that rent is. You don't want to buy a property where your mortgage is typically higher than what the rent is in the area. If you decide to keep it and rent it to a market tenant, you should at least still be breaking even.
If you're not, you're hustling backwards.
100%. So I know you're like wondering, like, how do you do all these things? But it's really important that you have partners. You can't run every single show yourself. So obviously you see the program housing. Every single business, I typically have my business partner Tiki involved. But even if I'm partnering with other people, he would usually give me the go ahead if he doesn't want to be involved. So you seen the program housing from this morning. Then we went through an assisted living. Then we went through a flip. Now we're about to switch real estate and go straight into the car rental business. You know, sometimes these days are hectic, but it's all about time management. So we're about to shoot up to my business partners in Laurel, go figure out what's going on with the car rental business. And then we might discuss something about credit. You know how the game goes. I haven't even eaten yet, but we'll be all right. Cool.
Yeah.
Just when I thought I was done checking out my other projects, we're here at another one to see what he's done to this particular property. The before was probably crazy. So let's just check what's currently going on. You can just walk us through, let's go.
That's where we're at right now. So we're going you can.
Open concept.
Yep.
So explain every side that you've done. So what side
This
is
one we
this?
make one room, one master room, one full bedroom this side.
Okay.
We have this living area, another room in here. Then one full bathroom in here, another room, and then we have the big kitchen area.
So how many total rooms are you doing to
We
this
have
house?
four bedrooms, four full bathrooms, finished basement, and we have one master upstairs.
Okay. Was the basement finished before you bought this house?
No.
Okay.
Now we make like
Finish
basement,
everything.
Everything, yeah.
So the beauty about real estate is you got to figure out where to increase value. Finish basements, add in rooms and bath. That's how you increase the value. And what is the price to sell this on property at?
Around like a 390 to 400.
So around 390 to 400. So this house will sell for that price because it's also on a corner lot as
Yep.
well.
We have just a small room, and now is make the big room.
So upstairs didn't really exist, so we had to expand everything. And now it's a massive room. So this would be the master. This is a big master actually. This the room on this side, and then that's the bathroom. How much was spent in this house?
For completely coming to finish this house, we spend labor and material, 150.
150. So this is pretty much a new construction. So it isn't like it's cosmetics. You walked in here, you got to open up things to make space and just reframe the whole property. Upstairs did not really exist, so now there's a master bedroom and a master bath upstairs, and also the basement is a finished basement. So the results of this house will be a 4-bedroom, 4-bath, and the goal is to sell for 400. But if you land on 380, you still win because the area is selling from 360 to 400,000. And how much was the property purchased for?
This is 140.
So 140. So just imagine. So let's say that you bought it for 150,000, and then you put 150,000 into it. That's 300,000. So if it sells for 400,000, that's $100,000 gross, right? Obviously, there is net. You have your realtor fees and like all other fees. But what is the target amount that we're looking to make on this property? Profit after all expenses.
It's 60, 65.
60, 65. And how long did it take?
It's take like 4 months.
4 months.
Yeah.
So 4 months to make 65,000 is not bad. If you divide that by 4, you do the math.
Yeah.
So every day you'll be sending your payment every day? Okay. All right, cool. Say less. All right. So now we're on the car rental side. We got a few cars here. I mean, a lot of the cars are already out. So we got the Cyber right here. We have about 2 Cyber trucks. One of them is currently out. This is more like some of the personal joints that we use to pick up and drop off cars, but it can kind of get hectic, especially with the rate at which we're growing. We have Teslas, Corvettes, so we kind of specialize more in like the everyday vehicles that most people want. Nissans, Hondas. We're not really into the luxury, but we do have luxury vehicles, right? But most of our fleets are economy cars. So we work with people that do DoorDash, Uber, mainly just gig workers. The person that I was just speaking to, he does Instacart, so he's going to be paying on a day-to-day basis. So we just want to bring luxury to the affordable side, or we just want to make luxury affordable. So right now I'm just trying to make sure that we have everything lined up. As I was driving, somebody booked the vehicle that I was driving, so I have to make sure that some of my guys come pick up the vehicle and take it to the airport for that person for tonight at 8. I got a call at the Airbnb that somebody, somebody wants to check in within the next 2 hours. So now I'm stressed out to try to figure out who's going to go clean from the previous guest, so we don't lose out on that guest's money. Business is not always good. I had a lot of contractor issues on some of my projects, which kind of led me to being 2.7 million in debt. So I was really, really stressed out, mentally, but kind of have taken care of majority of that. But everything else, you just wake up every day and just act like nothing is wrong. You gotta provide housing, you gotta provide services, you gotta provide cars, you gotta provide help to yourself. So without God, I just don't know how I can function throughout the day. Wake up every day at 3 a.m, pray, read, just keep going. So there's never really any time to BS. Like if you really just took the time, there's never really any time to just be lackadaisical, because at any moment in time, people always need you. My phone is constantly blowing up. It's either from the car rental company, the real estate company, the programming side, something that's going on in Africa, so you just constantly have to be available, and constantly working on different time zones. But I enjoy it. Like if I didn't enjoy it, I wouldn't sign up for it. So this is the car rental side. Then I have also been invited to a restaurant opening. I am a content creator, as you can see. So I'm gonna go check it out. I mean, it's free food. You get me? They're giving me some credit to eat. So I'm gonna go check it out, highlight it. And then we rinse and we repeat. You get me? So this is the grand opening. So this is the grand opening, so obviously we're come to shoot content that's good for marketing and also networking. There's a lot of business people here, a lot of people just in the community, so we're just gonna do what we do for sure. I got my boy working at the bar right now, Navi. I gotta highlight him. So what's up, Navi? What's up, brother? How you, gang? Long time, man. Hey, how you? Good? It's the end of the night. You know me, I go to bed around 9, 10-ish. We're gonna get up and do this shit all over again. You get me? Act poor, think rich. Welcome to the show. Walk with me.